First Alert meteorologist JD Dishroon here as we take a look at your conditions right now. Very warm and humid across most of Atlanta, and that's because of the Gulf moisture that's streaming up ahead of the cold front that is going to slide into the area and bring us that severe weather as we head into the overnight hours. In fact, as we take a look back out towards the west, you can see those showers and storms already becoming apparent across the states of Alabama and Mississippi, and that's exactly what's going to be heading into our way overnight. In fact, as you take a look, numerous warnings right now wherever you see the flashing purple polygons. Those are confirmed tornadoes on the ground. The red ones are tornado warnings, yellow ones are severe thunderstorm warnings. So quite an active day to our west, and we'll continue to watch those as they move into our region, still under a level 4 risk out of 5 for West Georgia. We're going to be seeing that threat for tornadoes increase once we get past the sunset hour and continue on through Atlanta, Athens, Eatonton, Helen, Gainesville, pretty much our entire area has the threat for severe weather, including damaging winds, strong tornadoes, and the threat for large hail and flash flooding. The biggest threats we're going to be looking at for tonight are going to be wind damage and the tornado threat. Now, those are not the same things. Tornadoes, obviously, we know what those are. When we say wind damage, we're talking about damaging straight line winds not caused by a tornado. And then, obviously, the lightning threat is going to be very high with this system as well. You saw the flash flood threat is at a moderate risk. You can see why. We do have a flash flood possibility as we go through Atlanta overnight. A slight risk. The better chance, though, is if you're north of the city. So folks from Polk County up through Bartow, Pickens, Dawson, up into White County and farther north, that's where we're going to see the greatest threat for flash flooding as we head into the overnight hours. As for the tornado risk, wherever you see that hatched area, which is pretty much all of North Georgia in our viewing area, is where we have the chance to see a very strong, long-tracked tornado as we head into the overnight hours. Obviously, the farther west you go, the better that chance for a tornado is. But again, even if you're in the level 3, this is not a situation to take lightly. This is not one of those situations where you go, I'm a 3, they're a 4, they have the better chance, I'll be fine. That's not what that means. Everybody has a significant risk of seeing damaging winds and tornadoes overnight. Here's what we're looking at. This is the significant tornado threat. You can see by 9 p.m., ripe conditions for tornadic development are going to be moving into Randolph and Cleburne counties out in Alabama. Same for Heard and Carroll counties in West Georgia. That then slides off towards the east by midnight. Notice, though, as we go into the early morning hours, that threat does start to diminish. It's not because the severe threat is going down. It's because the threats themselves are starting to rearrange. So as the tornado threat goes down, that damaging straight line wind threat is going up. And that's where we have the possibility to see some very strong winds ahead of these storms, 70 to even 80 miles per hour. So don't let the fact that it's not a tornado throw you off. If you get a severe thunderstorm warning tonight with a considerable or a destructive wording to it, treat it like a tornado and find your safe spot. Meanwhile, here's the timing on at 8 p.m. We're watching these supercells roll into northwest Georgia by 10 o'clock, rolling into Polk, Carroll, Haralson counties, already into Randolph and Cleburne in Alabama, and then pushing in towards the city of Atlanta as we head in towards the midnight hour. It is a slow-moving system. That is what's going to give us the potential for some flash flooding, because if these storms continue to roll across where they've already gone, waters will rise very rapidly, especially in the urban areas, as we've seen so often during the past few months. Now, this system will continue to slide off to the east. Notice, though, by 2 a.m., it's more linear. It's not those little, smaller circles ahead of the line. That's why the tornado threat is going down. It's because the system is becoming more organized in terms of, how it's progressing. It's becoming what we call an MCS, and that is what's going to be giving us that damaging straight line wind threat as we head into the evening hours. And that will continue over towards Athens by 3 to 4 o'clock in the morning. Same for folks into Eatonton and Macon. And then as we get into 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, this finally starts to leave our area. However, look to the back in Alabama. You see there's a little line right there. We're not expecting that line to be severe, but it will have very strong winds as it rolls through the area. So don't be surprised if you see some very strong gusts of winds by about 8 to 11 a.m. tomorrow morning rolling across the North Georgia area. Obviously, given the fact that we are expecting tornadoes and damaging winds, the power outage threat overnight is high. So please charge your devices before you go to bed, have those extra battery packs available, and then more importantly, make sure to have a way to get those severe weather warnings that don't require a device to be plugged in. So obviously your cell phone or a weather radio are going to be the best for that. Once we get past that, we're going to be looking at clearing skies Sunday afternoon, and then look at St. Patrick's Day on Monday. We're talking 62 degrees, and then as we head into the rest of the week, a nice rebound, 70s for Tuesday and Wednesday before another slight chance of rain on Thursday. We'll cool things off slightly after that, and then next weekend, unlike this weekend, is looking absolutely gorgeous. So some of the questions that we're getting online, is it moving faster than forecast? No, it's actually moving a little bit slower than we were anticipating last night. That's why, remember, last night we're talking about maybe 10 to 1 o'clock in Atlanta. Right now we're talking maybe 1 to 2 a.m. in Atlanta. So this is going to be an overnight thing. Meanwhile, we're going to be, Jesus is asking, are we going to be streaming live tonight? Yes, once we start wall-to-wall coverage with the warnings that do enter the area, we will be streaming live tonight. And then also asking about Marietta, pretty much the same timing as in Atlanta. A lot of these storms are going to be rolling through, the 11, 12, 1 o'clock time frame in the morning hours. Thankfully, though, by the time all is said and done, you're waking up tomorrow morning and these systems are finally moving out. So that is your 5 p.m. update. I'm hoping that everyone has a safe evening. Make sure to keep yourselves safe and prepared as we head into the overnight hours. And we will have the latest updates for you on air and online as we go into the next several hours.